If you've clicked on this video, it's probably because you've most likely found yourself yet again in the dreaded friend zone, whether it be Sarah in math class that sat next to you that one time, or maybe Jenny at the gym that asked you how many sets you had left on the bench press, or maybe Roberta at the workplace that smiled at you once. Okay, and then you find yourself backward rationalizing that you've fallen in love with these girls because you literally have no other options. Okay, and then you dream about them for the next 7 or 8 months. You then finally pick up your balls to let her know how you feel, and as you do this, she looks at you like you literally fingered her cat. She then says to you, "Listen, little Tommy, I'm sorry, but I think we should just be friends." Okay, and then you find yourself in a situation, you go home, you jump on YouTube, you Google how to never get in the friend zone again, and then you found this guy. My name is Alex, and I'm one of the head coaches here at Social Freedom, and we have helped hundreds of guys all around the world completely transform their dating lives and become the most attractive versions of themselves. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to never get in the friend zone again. If you guys enjoy this type of dating and self-development content, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and let's jump into it. So you've found yourself yet again in the dreaded friend zone. So in today's video, my job is to make sure this never actually happens again. Now, first of all, I can't guarantee that you're never going to be put in the friend zone again. So the first mindset I actually want to give you guys is that, look, man, rejection is a normal part of a man's life. Okay, you got to learn to deal with it and stop taking it so goddamn personally. That's the first thing that I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is 2 very simple steps that you guys can be doing in regards to your behaviors and your social skills to give yourselves a higher probability of actually making sure you never fall into that trap and find yourself in the friend zone again. Okay, these 2 things are intent. Okay, letting the girl know that you find her physically attractive and that you would like to date her romantically. And the other thing that we need to put emphasis on is learning how to actually move your interactions forward, okay, in a more from a more like man to woman frame, and also adding in some form of physicality, okay, to make things a little bit more sexual, okay, and man to woman. Very, 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 very important concepts, okay. Now, one of the biggest issues I see with most guys is that they don't have that many dating options, so they're kind of relying on meeting women in their social circles, or maybe in like a gym environment or the workplace. And because of this, okay, it's quite scary to kind of do more high risk behaviors in terms of showing intent or adding in that physicality, okay, and making things a little bit more man to woman. So what happens is they get a crush in their social circle, and they really like Susie, and you know, Susie's been so nice to them that she's giving him compliments, she's inviting him out to like go for drinks or dinner and things like this, but he knows that, or you know, that if you're in this situation and you add in like maybe a statement of intent, you let her know that you're attracted to her and you want to date her, or maybe you put your arm around her, maybe you end up building up like a bit of a shitty reputation as like being that guy in that social circle. Or maybe in the workplace environment, you have like a work function or something like this, and you'd like to move things forward with one of the cute girls, Jenny, okay, that you have a crush on, but you know, again, if you are to show intent, or if you are to add physicality, potentially, you know, you build up a reputation in the workplace too, which no one wants. And we always recommend here at Social Freedom that you just don't shit where you eat, okay? This is why for me, I never really hit on girls in my social circle, and I never really hit on girls in the workplace either. Not that we really have a workplace, we own our own business, but in terms of like gyms and other environments like this, we don't really kind of focus on that. Our focus, our niche, our specific skill set is learning how to actually meet high quality women anywhere, anytime through the process of cold approach pickup. And that's what I would recommend for you guys too, is to create more dating options, okay? So that way you can take more higher risks in terms of showing intent and physicality with the women that you're meeting. Because if things go south, you do find yourself, you know, occasionally in that friend zone, or you find yourself being rejected, that it's A-okay, because you literally have access to other women, okay? Whether you're walking down the street after the gym, or you find yourself going to the bars with the boys, you can meet other women and then try to move things forward with them. And that way you're never in a scarcity mindset ever again, okay? So that's like a big thing that I want to push on. Learn cold approach, okay? Now, in terms of the main things that I want you guys to be doing, okay? And look, this is up to you if you want to implement them in your social circle, and this is up to you if you want to potentially do it in the workplace. Again, you're your own man, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But showing intent and physicality. So let's talk about showing intent. Big problem with most guys, whether it be when they're going on dates with girls, again, Tinder, Bumble, cold approach, whatever it might be, or social circle environments where friends introduce you to to one of the, like Sarah's friends who then you go on like a blind date with, or whatever the fuck it is, right? You on your dates are not showing intent. I'm Australian, thank you very much. Shrimp on the fucking barbie. Aussie. Smoke lots of bongs. So the thing that I want you guys to actually be focusing on is showing, sorry guys, I got a bit distracted. I want you to be focusing on showing intent in these situations, okay? Letting her actually know that you find her physically attractive. You might say like, hey, listen, Sarah, you're actually very, you're like my exact type physically. Or you look really sexy in that dress. Or, you know what, you're actually super cute, okay? It could be literally as simple as that, just showing some form of intent, letting her know that you see her as a potential romantic partner. That there alone is gonna give you such a high chance of making something happen in terms of your dating success, compared to if you never show intent at all, and then literally she just sees you as a friend. Okay, so you don't wanna find yourself in that situation. Show some fucking intent. Now, we have a couple of really cool sort of like more under the radar, more playful and flirtatious ways to actually make more statements of intent and show, create a little bit more of like a man to woman dynamic verbally. And we actually have the Escalation Bible Part 1 and Part 2 in our private Facebook group. And I've left a link to that group down in the description. So if you want to learn some really advanced social skills in terms of showing intent, you guys can check out that, that like mini course there in that Facebook group. Now, the second thing I want to focus on is physicality, okay? Big problem with most guys that come to me, okay, a lot of my clients, they're like, hey man, I went on this date, or I met this girl in the club, and you know, she said that she just sees me as a friend, or she would rather just keep things more neutral between us. The reason why this is happening is because they never move their interaction forward, okay? When they're on the date, or they're in the club environment, they never went for a handhold. They never put their arms around her. They never went for the kiss, and most importantly, they never even really invited the girl home after like an amazing night spent together, or after an amazing date. So I recommend every single time, follow Social Freedom's #1 mindset, which is just fucking go for it when it comes to some form of physicality or moving interactions forward. If you don't move things forward quickly, guys, what happens is she just sees you as a friend. She doesn't see you as a potential sexual partner. Most of the guys that she's met in her life that if she's ended up being romantic with, okay, those guys have been like, you know, fucking high value guys that have a lot of experience with women, and they just assume that they're like, these girls are attracted to them. So the guys go for it, man. They let them know they find them sexually attractive. They go for the handhold. They lead her around the club. They go for the kiss, okay? They show intent. They ask her to come home with them, and then that's how they start most of their romantic relationships. And if you talk to most guys that are very good with women, they do things very quickly. Your issue is, you try to wait for the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth date before you try to move the interaction forward in terms of showing intent or physicality, okay? And this is a massive, massive sticking point. So just make sure from now on, okay, in all scenarios where you're meeting women, okay, could be in a social circle, wouldn't really recommend the workplace, but you know, dudes are gonna do what they're gonna do, or maybe at the gym or wherever it is, just make sure when you first meet these women, okay, let them know sooner rather than later that you are physically attracted to them. Give them a compliment, let them know that you find them like, you know, sexually attractive. And then also if you find yourself in a date situation or in a club environment, make sure that day that you meet them, okay, or that night that you've met them, or that date that you go on, the first date, make sure you're going for a handhold, you're putting your arm around her, going for the kiss, inviting her home if things go perfectly well. Okay, these are very, 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 very important tips. Even though there's only 2 of them, even though they're super simple, do not underestimate the power of showing intent and adding some form of physicality. I guarantee you now this is going to give you the highest probability of making sure you never get yourself in that dreaded friend zone again. Okay, that's my rant for today, boys. So, if you've enjoyed this type of dating and self-development content, and maybe you want to inquire about our coaching services, whether it be our live 5-day immersion program or our 12-week online mentorship program, Unleashed, I have some links below to book a free consultation call. Go check them out. Or if you want to check out some more dating and self-development content that we put together in our Facebook group that we can't actually post on YouTube, there'll be a link in the description too. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video.